Ta-da! Hey guys!
Hi,
Hello! Yes, thanks for getting here. Yeah, it's Cory and AJ for the Cory and AJ show, Spaceships and Pearls. Ooh.
I didn't wear my pearls.
You didn't wear pearls? Next time.
No.
Next
no.
time. I didn't wear my spaceship. So,
Oh, hello.
but we're in on my spaceship, as you can see, all the buttons and stuff. Yeah, everything works.
Can they see that?
Yeah, they have. See it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it.
Yeah, it does,
Shut up! Shut up! That turns all the lights on.
yeah, it does everything.
Oh my God! Wait, can you turn the thing and show what's happening?
No. Next time.
I don't like when boys tell me I can't do that.
So we wanted to welcome you. We wanted to welcome you to our very first show of Spaceships and Pearls, the Cory and AJ show. I hope you have your next time. And then
no, I mean like actual music right now to listen to.
We're gonna be the music, our voices.
Can we put music on? Can we? Do we have any music, Daniel? No.
This is the music. Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I have. In fact, I forgot to shake. I haven't shaken yet. I hope you're getting your martinis ready at home in TV land, because I told you to. I told you to bring a cocktail. Did you bring a cocktail? I did. I told everyone, bring a cocktail. We're gonna have cocktails. If they didn't do it, that's their own fault. Okay,
my
so
God. How many people are watching this?
One.
Is it my daughter?
I don't know yet.
Oh my God, she said she was going to watch.
I'll have to figure that out.
Oh my God.
We have our.
She films at church, and you know, and then she can tell exactly how many people are watching.
Right. We have one viewer so far. Well, we're a little behind schedule, but that's okay.
How behind schedule? Oh no,
12 minutes.
30 minutes.
So here we
30
go.
minutes is acceptable.
Sink. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers, sugar. Thank you so much. Wait, which end do I drink out of? I think I drink out of the high
No,
end.
I'm not. Yeah. Why not? Drinking problem. Okay.
And you were all upset about me getting makeup on the table.
Makeup on the keyboard, and I did that
When
too.
you're done.
Oh well. All right.
Okay, wait, can we do it again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. No, but will they take that out?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers! Yay! What do you mean?
So-
Why'd you give me that eye? They're not going to take it out?
Take what out?
Take out, like, fix things and post.
Oh no, there is no post. This is live. This is real.
What do you mean there's no post?
Real.
Holy
I mean,
shitballs.
I could edit it, but I don't have time.
I didn't even finish my hair.
Me neither, honey. Look
Oh
at
my
this.
God.
This is just like I couldn't do a thing.
All right.
So we wanted to tell you guys about
It's not 30
Cory and myself. We're both from
Why
New
would
Orleans
anybody care about what we were doing?
because we are fabulous.
This is true.
We are fabulous.
Guilty as charged.
We've been fabulous for a long time.
Guilty as charged.
Yes. So we're both natives of New Orleans, and
How did we meet?
we met in our first play together. No, you were in theater
Yeah.
before me,
Mhm.
but we met in my first play, and it was Tony and Tina's wedding, about 97 or 6 or something. Like
No,
it was like
95.
98.
No. I was already out here in 98, Jeff. No, it was literally 95. I promise. No, I promise you it was 94. I promise you it was 94.
Oh, you're right.
I promise you it was 94.
Because the
Yes.
first day of rehearsal,
Oh, you had your birthday party.
the next day was my 30th birthday.
Did I go on it?
I just told my age. Oh well.
Nobody's
No,
doing
you
that.
you didn't go because I rented a streetcar.
I didn't go on the streetcar with a whole bunch of gay boys.
I had only known you guys for a little, and they
No,
only
but you
had
told me about it.
yeah, but they only had 75 seats, and they were already full. Like we had a limited number of seating, and it was already full. So it's like I really loved all these people already that I
Am I
was in
supposed
the
to be
show
looking
with.
at you or looking at
Look at the
this?
camera, both. And so
I
couldn't-
don't even know if that's my good side.
There is no bad side on you, honey.
Oh, say it again.
Except maybe the inside. No,
You
just
better shut your mouth. That's terrible.
Just kidding.
Why did you say that to me?
Oh, thank you, Macon. Thank you for the comment.
Oh my God! Hi, Maiken. It's Maiken. Hi. You're fabulous.
She's actually here in our audience.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
I see Daniel Torres Catalano
Oh
has
my
joined.
gosh, I love
My
that.
husband, yay. Hi.
Where's my daughter? And
Yeah, your daughter's just in the shit house
You
now.
better don't curse around her.
Oh,
That's mommy's
Never.
job. That's
Right,
mommy's job.
yes. So as I was saying, yeah, first play. That's when we met. And
Tony and Tina's wedding.
Tony and Tina's wedding
In New Orleans. And
it's hardly a play. Okay, let's just say it's hardly a play.
I had so much fun.
It was fun.
Wait,
It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't
tell them about the bar. Tell them about the bar.
Okay, so we were instructed that there would be prop liquor at the bar.
Wait, but talk about how the bar, how the play went, because maybe somebody doesn't know about the play.
Oh, Tony and Tina's Wedding is a play about an Italian wedding in New York. It started, and it takes place in New York originally in a church, and then moves to a reception hall next door for the reception. And you're, as an audience member, part of the show. So the acting is going on all around you, and you are actually interacting with the actors. That's scripted, but there's also a lot of interaction you would do with them.
Yeah, and wherever you are in the room,
something's going
right?
on.
Like something's
There's
going
some
on.
Drama.
Yeah, and so like remember I was Donna Marzala, and I had a drug problem, and so can I tell you? No, the character.
I thought it was Donna Mazzala. That was the last name.
Are you telling me I don't know the character that I played for however long?
My character didn't have a last name. It was just Michael, the ex of the bride.
Oh my God, yeah! And
I was just out of drug rehab, and I stumbled into the wedding when I wasn't supposed to be there, and they're like, "Oh my God, Michael, what is he doing here? Oh my God, did you invite him? Oh my God." Jesse, you better be quiet.
Oh, people got really upset.
To
this day, my grandmother calls you the Michael that like crashed into the wedding. She thinks, but I'm like, no, he's gay. Listening, he's gay. But wait, oh no. So I literally had to. Well, I didn't have to, but I'm a Meisner actress. I snorted Sweet and Low.
Yeah,
I snorted Sweet and Low. Maybe that's why I have a bad heart.
Maybe. We were instructed because we had prop liquor and we had prop drugs, and so the liquor was just like colored water in liquor bottles that the bartenders were instructed to give us, and then they also had prop cocaine, which was Sweet and Low, that they were supposed to do in the bathrooms when patrons were in there, so they'd feel like, oh my God, people are really, it's a real wedding with real Italians doing real drugs. And they had fake weed, which was some kind of tea. Some kind of tea leaves that if you burned it smelled like that. But
I don't know.
So here's the thing. By the second week, we were so good at our job, at our roles, we were just drinking real liquor and smoking real weed.
No, but I don't smoke weed. I teach Sunday school. I did not do anything illegal. However, but what?
Well, she didn't.
I didn't.
But liquor, liquor, we would have liquor.
No, but do you remember at the end? They were keeping a tab, and at the end of like this 8-month run or however long it was, like we got no money because they took it all out of what they were going to pay us.
Yeah, after the show, we would go to the dinner theater's bar, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just put it on your tab," and and we would just take it out of your pay later. And we didn't make much anyway. It was like $4 a show or something. So at the end, I don't remember what $20 a show per person.
Oh,
I don't know. It was very little. So at the end, they're like, "Oh, well, here's your bar tab. Here's your bar tab, and here's what you get now, $5." It was a scam. It was a scam, but it was fun as hell. And they said if you have any family members or friends that come to the show, tell them if they refer to you as your actual name, you're not going to respond, and be careful. And so, of course, my mom goes, and she's like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm pulling out this little flask because I'm a mess. And I'm like, and she's going, "AJ, I don't think you're supposed to be drinking. AJ, I don't think you just," and my sister's like, "His name is Michael." Michael, you're not supposed to be drinking. They all said you're just out of drug rehab. And then I'm sitting there
getting into it.
Yeah, she started to. Then she grabs like the MC of the venue and says, Hey, he's drinking," and rats me out. And then they drag me off, and the guy's like, "Good job, yeah, keep it going," because it's all an act, and so you have to keep the illusion going. It was a lot of fun.
Kind of like my hair tonight.
I would really hardly call it theater, but it was a lot of fun.
It's definitely theater.
Is it theater?
It was definitely theater.
I don't know about all that. So
it was definitely theater. But why? I remember you telling me about that birthday, but why didn't I go? That's how you started the story.
Oh, because I couldn't invite any more people because they had a limit of 75
See, the
seats,
funny thing is,
it was
I
full.
totally remember going. Like, I have a memory of how much fun I had, and I was on this like streetcar. I'm sure I've told people about it. Yeah, I wasn't there.
No, that was that other birthday with the drag bus that scooped you up at the columns on St. Charles.
Oh, okay, thank God. There really is. Okay, there's a drag bus. There's a drag bus.
There was a drag bus. I had a friend, not a good friend, that every year had this party called Birthdays Are Drag, and he would have.
Yeah, let's do that. Birthdays Are Drag. How fun is that?
They rented a school bus, and they had full of guys in drag, and they would go to all of these, not gay bars, in the city of New Orleans, and just pile out and just terrorize the place.
Could not have been happier.
They stopped at the columns on St. Charles Avenue, and they were asking me to go, and I'm like, I would not go. I would be the ugliest woman ever. And there's enough of those. Anyway. So,
wait, you didn't go to the party? You weren't on the bus?
I was not on the bus. And so
in my memory, you were on the bus.
They pile out of at the columns, and Cory was there, of course, being fabulous with her big chapeaus and pearls and long black gloves and cigarette holder. because this is how Cory would go to the supermarket and shop. Remember?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she would.
Oh my God, my Mimi. Hi, Mimi. My fabulous Mimi in New Orleans. She always told me, you do not walk out of the house without mascara and lipstick. I mean, at the bare minimum. At the bare minimum, okay? Like, hello? You have a responsibility when you have a vagina. It's not just all fun and games.
I would agree if I knew more about that. But anyway, your turn too. So she tells me about this at the next show. She's like, oh my God, I was at the columns on St. Charles Avenue.
Wait, how did I get invited to that party?
Because you were there and they piled out and saw you and said,
you mean I wasn't even invited? No, I just got on the...
they saw you and they said, you're coming with us. And they shanghaied you and took you on the bus with them.
Oh, shanghaied by a bunch of drag queens in New Orleans off of columns on St. Charles Avenue.
And you guys hit every major bar in the city and not gay bars. And so it was just it. And so I wanted to go the next year, but I was not invited again because I missed out 2 years. They're like, if you miss next year, you're not going to be invited again. But they just didn't invite me because I told the guy, I'm like, I don't have hair. I don't have heels. And he's like, I have all of that. We'll take care of it. I'm like, okay, invite me next year. And I was not.
Wait, we should do that here. Why don't we do that here?
And give up this? No.
Well, you could be a bearded lady.
That's true.
You could be a bearded lady. Right? Let's do that. Wait, I want the, like, Mark, somebody write that down. Cruz, write this down. I want to do that for my birthday. I want to get a bus and make sure everybody's in drag and fab. Oh my God, I'm going to do the Ciro's night at the Comedy Store. Or you'll have to come. Night Ciro's. Remember? The Ciro's Supper Club? The mafia run, amazing, fabulous. That's what the Comedy Store used to be, is Ciro's. So Mitzi and I were going to do this night like years and years and years ago. And you're making my, I have to press the button. Okay, I apologize for this. Can I apologize for this, please? Okay, first of all, gloves. Another thing my Mimi taught me, if you can't fix it, feature it. Okay, so I only brought one glove. So the glove became the cover for my beep. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like Steel Magnolias. I'm definitely going to die at the end. Hopefully not at the end of this podcast. But where are you going? I'm dying. Okay. First of all, you can send cards and letters. And so I have to wear this thing. What is that? Ah!
I have to see how you're doing.
How am I doing?
Well,
Doctor.
You're alive.
Doctor, what does it say? Doctor.
It says you're alive. So.
Did you make that?
No. Anyway.
Just say yes.
Sometimes I make them. Sometimes I don't.
But this is the newest model. This is the newest model, as you can see. Remember when y'all came to Cruz's show at Renards? Remember? And I had the wire and I had the packet. And remember, we were at the restaurant and I had to say, excuse me, can I plug in my heart monitor while we eat because Yeah, but now it's like I have a little book, and every time like I have to press the button and I go, oh, I'm feeling the clip. pumped. And then I just go in and I look at the time. I don't have a watch, but I look at the time and then I go, oh, I'm feeling like, and then you write down what you're feeling. Like right now, am I feeling anxious? Am I having arm, neck, or
pain, tingling,
chest pain,
pressure, dizziness, fainted, lightheaded,
pounding? Why did you
fluttering
go there? Fluttering or racing, short of breath,
skip beat,
other described, and then duration, and then here's the thing. While I was, you have to be honest.
You have to be honest. I fell onto a man's penis and didn't know what to do. I've heard the story. It didn't happen to me, but I've heard the story many times. And
from whom?
Guys that said they were straight, but later wound up admitting.
Oh my God, that's what you were talking about, right? No. Please. Well, I was engaged to a gay man.
How many times?
It depends on how you define engaged.
Anyway,
but a lot. But every guy in high school that I liked turned out to be gay. What are you pointing to me?
Let me see. Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. He might be listening. He might be listening.
Maybe.
I invited him to my wedding.
Right.
Ryan's with Robert now.
Ryan was with Robert then.
Are you going to tell tales out of school?
He came to Tony and Tina's wedding, and his like kind of plum colored Doc Martens, and his permanent eyeliner, which that's his genetic trait.
That's his lashes.
And he sat there and started cackling like at her performance, and me and the other cast members were like, "Did you hear that laugh?"
Because that is what I require of my lovers, okay, / gay husbands, is that attention, right? Why else would you be in a relationship if you didn't have somebody to like actually give you attention 24/7?
No, of course, but I mean,
I'm trying to find somewhere where am I not supposed to be looking at my bags on my eyes?
I don't see it.
Can we get sponsored by Botox or some shit?
I see nothing. What about that cream that like sucks it all up like in seconds? That stuff is real.
I can't afford that. You were supposed to give me a makeup budget for the show.
I did.
Oh yeah, but I spent it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. You don't know how much makeup it. Oh, because you're not drag. You don't do drag.
I don't know about that.
Do you drag?
No. I don't know what you're saying. I'm just looking at who's popping up. Hey, Scotty G. Hey.
Robin Thompson. Oh, are we supposed to be looking?
Mimi Campbell.
This is Cruz and Mimi.
Hi.
How are you? They're house sitting. Wait, what is this?
You look amazing.
Wait, who said I look? I don't have my glasses on. Wait, where are those glasses?
It says Mimi Campbell says you look amazing. Oh, the reading glasses?
Uh-huh. Oh my God, I look amazing. Hi. That's my daughter. I made a child.
What?
So wait,
Another one?
I might.
Oh God.
I might. My heart. I might. Wouldn't that be so vintage if I died in childbirth? It would be so vintage. Like nobody does that anymore. So I'm having dinner with the bishop next week, and when Cruz got the bishop.
Who is?
Me.
What bishop? Like a chess piece? Or what? I don't understand.
No, like the bishop with the big hat.
LA? Is there a bishop? I'm sorry. I'm a recovering Catholic.
The Catholic Church. Because I teach Sunday school, so we're all invited. When Cruz did
I said hi.
I will.
Okay.
When Cruz when she went through her confirmation, I had on this amazing vintage blue suit that Marlise got me. Hi, Marlise. Hi, Steve. I forgot to tell them to watch. Will people be able to watch this after?
Yes.
Yay! It's on there for life. Wait, hold on. Can we take? Well, then we can definitely take this out and post.
Yeah, we could.
What was I saying?
Something about the bishop.
Oh, the bishop. So, when Cruz did her confirmation, do you know what name she picked?
AJ?
No, the name her holy name.
Arthur? Bernard? Joseph? I don't know. I forgot.
You were talking about it today. You were talking about it today on the phone when you didn't listen to all of my podcasts that I did this week.
I was distracted. Tell me again.
What is the Catholic name that Cruz chose
I
for
know.
her name?
What is it? I don't remember.
Oh, Joan of Arc.
Oh, I said that. I did say that. Oh, because you said I'm hearing voices. I'm like, oh.
Don't
Like
tell
Joan of
people,
Arc,
don't
okay.
tell people that
All right,
I said I'm
okay.
hearing voices. No, I said
didn't
I'm
know.
hearing Mitzi. I'm hearing Mitzi.
Mitzi.
That's hearing Mitzi
Yeah.
is very
You said
different
you
from
were
hearing voices.
And I said,
I had to go to the hospital today. I apologize for my hair. It is not happening. I've actually had this hair for 3 days. I have a little rat in my hair. What do you call it? Like a little donut. Chris, what do you call that?
a bump. No,
I have a tendency to leave it in people's cars. No, they called it a rat in the 40s. Yeah, so I've not
ring, a little elastic ring.
my halo, my hair halo. Okay, so I haven't gotten my hair cut in years, and so that is so we're gonna take it down. We're gonna save that till the end. When is it? Oh, we still have half an hour. So we're gonna save that to the end because I will do my hair live on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Me
Oh my
too,
god!
honey.
You're gonna do your hair live on stage
Yes,
too?
and it's done. There you go.
Oh my god!
See
Wait. So
that?
okay, I have a bone to pick with you. Where the F is the picture of my 24th birthday party at Lucky Chang's in the French Quarter with all the gay boys you used to have framed in your kitchen.
It's probably in my box of photos.
I don't want anything in your
of
box.
Photos.
Hold on, I have to press a button. Press a button in my...
What does that do?
What time is it?
It is
I'm feeling. I have.
6:32 p.m. 4/27/2019.
I really need my glasses. I'm having.
Let me check you.
I'm having.
Dear. Oh,
I'm having a shortness of breath.
dear.
Skipped irregular
It
beats.
says you are very low on martini.
I'm low on olives.
Oh yeah.
I'm low on olives. Is that something we
Hang
can?
on.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, now that he's gone. Where am I actually supposed to be looking? Oh, you're so cute. You came right back. You're so cute. You came right back. So, and where would that be? Where would that be?
What be? You lost me. Where would the olives be? I'm sorry.
No. Where would the photo be of me that you used to have in your?
I have.
Did I mention
photos
you didn't
of-
listen to any of my podcasts? I'm sorry.
No, I did not. I listened to like 45 minutes of it, but the app on my phone had it's like it had a play button and no pause button and no scrubber. So the first time I started listening, it stopped, and then I paused it. I thought I paused it by hitting that play button again, and then I went and did it because it was at work. And then when I came back and I hit it again,
like robots and things?
Then
like, don't
I
you know
hit it
how
again.
to use electricity?
It takes time. So then I hit it again, and it started over. I'm like, no problem. So I sat there and I listened, and I heard, and she said she was coming on at like 20.53 in the show. So I waited through, and I listened to everything, and then it was way
6.53. That sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, and then we listened, and it went. I was listening to quite a while, and then I was like, okay, well, let me hit pause again because I was working. And then I came back and I hit play. It was at the beginning. I'm like, I can't do this. There was no scrubber, because I was doing it. I was doing it on the browser on my phone, not on iTunes or anything.
I don't even have a computer. Okay, so I do everything on my phone, and I was able to hear it, and I was able to say, "Excuse me, Google, can you please play the Simply Dawn the podcast?" Okay, starring, and it played it in my living room. It played it. And then on my car, when I played it in my car, it said, oh, and then the other one that I did is Money You Should Ask, Bob Wheeler. What is that?
I was going to put my stand in here.
I wasn't finished talking.
No, I know. I was just going to go run somewhere and put my stand in.
Wait, oh my God, what is this?
That's me.
That's you.
It's Lieutenant AJ, Science Officer.
Oh my God, where are my glasses? I totally need glasses.
You need the reading glasses?
I can't see the face, the details. God is in the details. Hold on.
It's little AJ.
Holy shit, it looks just like you. Who made this?
Let's put it up to the camera.
Oh my God, look at it. He is so handsome.
I'm a Star Trek person. Yay. This is one of my vintage dolls, Mego dolls from the 70s. And I had been wanting to do this for years, and I just never got around to it.
You did that? You made it?
Sort of. There was a company that would do it from a picture from the front and side, and I just didn't do it. And then some test engineer at my new job came by with this little doohickey that plugged into his iPad, and he said, "Hey, look, I can scan you."
Be careful of
So
men
he
with
did
doohickeys.
he did a scan around, and he gave me a 3D model of myself, and so I was able to send this to a company who did it really cheaply and printed it, and I just stuck it. I had to size it and trim it, and I stuck it. Look, it's got my hair cut and everything.
Wait, how did you do the hair? Did you see this? This is craziness. You're very buff.
So it's let's see AJ's abs.
Wait, does it have abs?
Ooh, AJ's got abs.
Oh my
Holy
God.
mackerel.
Oh. Ahem. Wait.
Wow, AJ's built like
Yeah,
Don
yeah.
Ely from
Hold
Tarzan.
please. Let me just.
Wow.
Where's the camera? Can we get that closer? Oh, well, instead of having a V, where am I touching? Instead of having a V, it has a. What is that? Like a little. Oh, I shouldn't show that part.
He's got shorts on.
But my nails look cute. So wait, this is actually your doll from when you were a child?
Yeah. And so I popped the head off and I put it on. So I'm going to get, I was testing it out. So I'm going to buy another cheap one on eBay and put Spock's head back on and put mine on. I just wanted to make sure that it came
Well, you know
in.
what my next question
Looks
is?
great. Yeah, but where's yours? Where's Cory's?
Where's mine?
We got to get the guy to come over and scan you. And then we'll put you on
I do
Barbie.
I do need to be scanned. I do
Oh
need to be
my
scanned.
God.
This
Corey's
is now-
going to be a
this is-
doll. Corey's going to
I am
She's
a
already a doll.
doll.
But she's going to be an
I
immortal.
am a doll.
Yeah.
Good, because I'm dying. So sorry, Cruz. I'm not dying. I'm not dying.
Hell's
I look good in
bells.
these glasses.
Those are like
These are
just,
kind of like
those
like
are just readers that I use for
okay,
work.
so wait, I'm gonna take my hair down, and then it's gonna be like like when Linda Carter, right? Diana,
and
no,
your princess.
Diana
Yes.
Princess spins and her hair comes down.
Dun, dun,
Right?
dun, dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
my God!
Which will be on tonight on MeTV.
But we're not gonna see it because we're going to the Comedy Store to see Brian Holtzman, right?
Yes.
And Don Barris,
Yes.
because we're going to the Comedy Store late night. You know I'm back there.
What? What? You
What
what?
did you just say?
What? So what about Brian Holtzman? What about Brian Holtzman?
What? You know what? You better not be being bitchy. Even my daughter said you were being bitchy by saying last week that I didn't show up.
Did she say that?
She did.
Cruz.
Cruz.
Did you say that?
Look, there's Bill. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill. Hey.
Bill, how come you're not here?
He was watching short films all weekend.
I want to be in a short film.
I don't know what that means. This is a short film.
Well, I would. Yeah.
Actually,
I
this
wanna
is
be
a
in
long
short
film. We're an hour. So, yeah.
I want to be in this.
We're a film. How about that?
Mm.
Anyway, so Brian Holtzman.
Brian Holtzman. He closes the main room every Saturday night at the world famous Comedy Store. Don Barris closes the OR every Friday and Saturday night. Did I say Friday and Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, every weekend.
But you know what? This is what I want to do. We've glossed over this. We didn't talk about like your history. Let's talk about your history at the Comedy Store. So Cory and I
because you're asking me this because you did not hear my other podcast from this week. So, but that's all right. I love to repeat myself.
I heard a lot of it.
I love to repeat myself.
You should.
No, that was
because your
that was
story
Bob
is worth
Wheeler's. That was
repeating.
Bob Wheeler's Money You Should Ask podcast. Did you hear that one?
No.
Did you hear Eleanor Kerrigan's and Rick Ingram's The Comedy Store podcast?
No, Eleanor doesn't like me, so I can't listen.
Eleanor doesn't like you?
No.
Since when?
Since that time she punched me in my mouth, and I cried, and I said,
Wait, what are you talking about?
Why?
What are you talking about?
And she said, AJ, I just needed to hit somebody.
Oh
I was like-
my God, that never happened. That never happened. That never happened.
Sorry, Eleanor. I'm just
Although
lying.
I did tell my Mimi that Eleanor ate nails for breakfast, and then when she saw her at my wedding, she goes, that's the girl that just had 8 nails for breakfast. I dare say she looks so beautiful in her dress. She was so feminine. And I was like, yeah, but we're like the perfect foil for each other, right? Because like I'm super Southern and she's super Philly, and you know, it's perfect. Oh my God. Hey, can I say hi to my brother? You know my brother.
Yes, I know your brother.
Oh my God, say hi to my brother.
Where is he?
He doesn't have Facebook.
We can say whatever we want. It's not FCC regulated.
You shouldn't say F's or C's because you don't know who's listening.
Well, I won't say C's.
You can have cheeky, clean comedy, you know.
Sure. So wait, now I want to hear more about your history. After Tony and Tina's wedding, you were voted number 1 or number 2 top actress in New Orleans for the Big Easy Awards.
Are you asking my memory? My memory is that I won Best Actress of the Big Easy Awards.
Yeah.
That's my memory,
right.
And so that's
well deserved. You know, I had seen her in
but
other
I
plays.
think I was probably just nominated. But you know,
you won something.
I won something.
Yes, you weren't just nominated.
No, because I did. Oh my God, I was doing. This is what I would do. I would sit on my satin sheets. And I would do a play, and then and the first thing I would do is I would clear out my closet, okay? Like everything that I'd get the script, I'd read it, I'd go to the gym and I'd like read it on the treadmill, and then I'd say, oh, okay, who is this character? What would she wear? And the first thing I would do is I would take everything out of the closet, okay, including my boyfriend, and I would take everything out of the closet, and then I would figure out what she would wear, and I would like for example, oh, this. Fabulous, right? Like I brought changes of clothes, which AJ wouldn't let me hang up back there. But wait, I should do it with this arm. What's the arm front stage? Oh, Mike, and this came off. That's all right. We're gonna fix it later in post. Right? Post? Okay.
But I want you to tell them about you.
I am telling you about me. I am telling you about me. So I was doing backup. So I was doing so much theater that I would just do a role and I would become that person, and I would go to the store as her, and I would be her, and I would dress her, and you know, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of that role, I would sit on my black satin sheets, and then I would get a phone call, and it was like one of those phones that had the 2, like the princess phones. I need a princess.
No,
Chris,
princess phone was the little one that laid down.
Oh yeah, I had that one too. But what's the old timey one that has the little sticky outs?
Hey, Sunshine.
What are the old? Hi, Sunshine. I met Sunshine when she came here to the backyard.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, can we do that? Can we do this in the because you can take this anywhere, right?
Yep.
So we could do this in the backyard by the pool?
It'll be noisy, but we could.
So
one show will be
noisy.
Outside by the pool.
We're gonna do it outside of the pool, and then everybody can come have a pool party. Let's do it for Cruz's birthday.
Maybe.
Oh, she's turning 17.
I heard.
You didn't teach her how to drive.
I was. Anyway, I want to hear about when you moved to LA. Mm-hmm. What year did you move to LA?
In my head, 95.
95.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That may not be correct. I might have come here, and I definitely was here in 95, but in my head it was 95.
Didn't you go to New York and meet with some talent agents, and they say, darling, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do in New Orleans or LA. This is LA, and what you did over there is just shit. So it doesn't matter.
Wait, in New York? I went and did a photo shoot in New York.
Oh wait, those 2 older female casting agents.
My 2 agents. Wait, can I tell that story? Oh my god. Okay, so I was I was an actress in New Orleans, okay? And there was New Orleans is very small. I mean, I thought it was very cosmopolitan. It was not. So there were 2 agents, okay? And I had both of them, all right? Both agents. And so they would compete, right? Back and forth. And so then, because they wanted to get the commission. I did a Super Bowl commercial. I should do this because my nails look better.
No.
I did and that covers this on my arm.
Everyone, I want to apologize for this first broadcast. It's on my table.
Am I doing that?
Yeah, we're all doing it. So if it's shaky, it's because I will have to. I'll get something next time that won't be so shaky. So
yeah,
we're gonna too sick. It's not an earthquake, even though it's LA. Yeah,
should I take my glasses off? I kind of like the glasses. I kind of like them. I'm kind of feeling them.
Actually,
so like a little librarian. That's kind of like some people find that sexy.
I love it.
So okay. So there's 2 agents. There's 2 agents in New Orleans. One's a male, one's a female, and they were very competitive. And I was,
Cory.
Would you say desirable? Would you say I was a good?
Still, what are you talking about? What is your point?
So, so that everybody
I don't know
wanted
where
to
you're going
send
with
me.
this.
Everybody wanted to send me out on the thing so they could get the commission, right? So
Sure.
I did a
Marketable.
Marketable. That's
Marketable.
the word. That's the word.
Okay,
That's the word. So I did a national commercial that was played during Super Bowl. I got $100 because it's a right to work state. So
I didn't know about that. On Super Bowl.
On Super Bowl.
I did not know about that.
All right. Well, because that's all right. So anyway, so one day I needed new headshots. So I'm going to my agent and to get new headshots and and I walk in and like, or maybe I brought them to him so that he could approve them or what have you. So he looks at them. I'm sure he hit on me. I'm sure there was like, he was attempting some sort of untoward stuff.
Were.
I know, but I'm very good at like, no. So I leave, and as I'm walking out, and this is like in uptown New Orleans or downtown New Orleans, I don't know where. As I'm leaving, I'm going to my car, and I hear woo woo woo, and I see like SWAT teams running in, and all these people, and like I even get like pushed out of the way, and I was like, oh Christ alive, right? Oh yeah, sorry. And so I get pushed out of the way, and then I go, oh my God, and so I go home, tra-la-la, and I turn on the news. It's like tonight. This famous agent in New Orleans got arrested, not by the New Orleans police, but by like the feds, like the federales, like the major people, because he put a hit out on the other agent so that he could get all the business. But here's what happened: the hitman turned him in because he said he goes, listen, because he's an agent, right? So he's like, for the same money, the neighbor's dog is really, really loud. Could you take out the dog too? Oh. And then that way, because I wake up so early. And the hitman was like, I draw the line at dogs. No, not doing it. Called the feds, turned him in. I was effing 2 seconds away, okay, from being in that place with the wait, hold on, let me get my shoes and the camera. Kicking down the door. Oh wait, no, that one has a zipper. Kicking down the door. Hold on. God, did you hear my knee? Yeah, kicking. Oh, I really hit you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
We have to suffer for our art.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Kicking down the door, and you can see on the news like the back of me. And the first thing I thought was, oh, thank God, I like that outfit. And my hair looked nice because I was like,
Yes. So now let me tell the story that I wanted to tell, the history of us.
Oh yeah.
Let me
tell.
This is
our
now.
podcast. Yeah.
So I want you guys to know about us. So how we met at our first play, and Cory had been in theater. Then I thought she was the most fabulous thing I ever met. And then she was like, she was doing a lot of plays and everything in New Orleans and commercials. And so then she was like, hey, I'm moving to LA. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to have her own show. It's got to happen.
No, I came out for my own show.
Yeah,
I got my own show. Like I had an audition, and every girl in New Orleans was up for the part. Right. Like literally over 100 people.
Let me just continue, and then you explain.
Okay, yeah.
I just want to get everyone up to date on us first.
I don't like this angle. I keep looking at myself. I don't know how do people do this without looking at themselves?
She was moving, and I was like, oh my God, I want to go to. My dream was to move to LA because I didn't want to be an actor. I was a super geek. Can you imagine? And and I had did such work such as this. I had made like screen-worthy props, and everybody was like, AJ, you have to go to LA. I'm like, great. How am I going to do that? I can never even save $1.
Wait, screen-worthy props. Like when I met him, you took me to your house, and he made an exact replica, like no lie, of the Starship Enterprise. The entire thing. We'll post that.
It was one section of the bridge.
To me, it was bigger than a handbag.
From the 1701A, from one of the 1701A. You guys know what that is. So anyway, I was convinced I needed to go there, but I didn't know how I was going to do that. She went. I'm like, if she's going, I'm going to go ride her coattails because she's going to have her own show within a year. 2 years tops.
Oh my God. Wait, and my friend Jackie told me it was going to take 3 years, and I was like, it's not going to take 3 years. It's going to take 1 year. How long has it been?
2 years. 2 years back.
Tops. How long has it like 15 years.
Right. And
That's like 25 years.
We told everybody, it was like, you know what? If she doesn't have her own show in 4 years, something's wrong with the world. Something is wrong with the world. That's what
Yeah, because my husband died.
Me and everyone said that. So anyway, so she goes,
Oh,
and then I
my
go out
God.
there, and then I
Oh,
remember
that's a tragedy.
her mom called everyone and said, "Hey, everybody, Cory's going to be on the dating game tomorrow morning. Set your VCR."
Wait, do you have that? You have that? You have that
I have
too?
it somewhere.
You're the only one who
I
has it.
digitized it. Yeah, so she was
Oh
on
my
the
God, we'll
dating
post
game.
that too.
We're gonna get that up.
Oh
on
my
this
God, you
page,
got
and
to
you're
see
gonna
that.
see it.
You've got
You're
to
gonna
see
die.
that. You're
Oh my
going
God.
to shit. Remember you played that on your party bus when we went to the little Dutch place
Yes,
for the
that's
wine.
right. We went to Solvang one time for a wine trip. Yeah. So we so I had it on tape, and I came home from work that day. It was like a Friday, and I had it recorded. So I sat down and I hit play after work, and like they were like the other two contestants came out. The 3 girls. She was one of the 3 girls, and these other girls, they were little college girls.
Wait, tell me what I was wearing. Tell them what I was
And
wearing.
then Cory comes out, and here's Cory. Cory comes out in this long blue chiffon dress with a cape and a brooch,
With a
and she's
florid
like,
cape.
and she's like, "Hi." And I had to hit pause because I was rolling on the floor. I was on the floor. Wow! 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 It took about 10 minutes, and then I was saying, okay, and I said, okay, all right, let me hit this again.
Oh
and
my
and it's
God!
like the whole 30 minutes was me having to hit pause because I'm like rolling on the floor uncontrollably.
Oh my God!
So I told our friend David Doherty, which he's not
I remember
watching
David.
because he's a turd. I said, David, you have to see this. He came over the next week and saw it. Same thing. He's rolling. We had to hit pause because you can't breathe. It was so hysterical. She lost, but it's because
I fucking lost.
because
I
the guy was a dick. You know,
Yeah.
he was like, whatever.
Right, but you know-
the fix was in, I think.
No, there was no fix. He came up to me
Afterwards, he
after
said,
in
"I
the
made a
parking lot and
mistake.
said, I made a
should've
mistake. Can I
picked
take you out? And it was like, are you
Fuck
shitting me?
you.
I just got a fucking vacuum cleaner. No.
Yeah,
And you
cost me money.
just told me no on national television. I was like, no.
Yeah. So
No.
I was like, yeah.
No,
So-
but remember, like we had to write our own questions. Like no.
I know exactly
The
what you're
writers came in and had questions for us, and I looked through the cards and I was like, yeah, none of these work for me. I was like, I tell you what, give me some cards and a pen, Shug. And I rewrote them and I showed them to the writer and he goes, holy shit, yeah, do those. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And
I remember she came out. She said, "Hi, I'm Cory, and one time I drank an entire glass of hot sauce to prove that Louisiana women really are the spiciest."
truly are.
And we were like, "Whoa!" That was another pause moment. We're like, "Whoa!" We were on the ground and we needed air. It was
Oh my
too
God.
much. It was the best.
Wait, do you know what's so crazy is that so the way that y'all are reacting, and then this is how weird life is, right? So when I first moved to LA
And we have
and I lived in Hollywood, I lived with
17 minutes to talk about me, but that's okay. Keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
So
I'm really
I
sorry.
lived in a building with a Nader DePriest, right, the Mexican rock star, remember? And so and then the first time I got to the Comedy Store was the Comedy Awards, and so every comedian that I've ever known was there, and I just got like I was just waiting tables in like the sea of amazing comics at the Comedy Store because when I showed up. They said, because Mimi always told me I'm a reincarnated 40s film star, so I should go to, after that other show didn't work. Oh, I didn't even tell that story. Okay, that'll be next time. But anyway, so cut to Nader is in Florida, and then the job I got the night of the Comedy Awards was at the hotel across the street, the Sky Bar, and both of those
Sky
guys
Bar.
happened to be in Florida during the day drinking, okay? And the dating game came on, and they both went, holy shit, it's Cory! And then they looked to the side, and they were like, you know Cory? In Florida. Okay?
Okay. So moving forward.
Let's talk about you, Shug.
Okay, well, okay. I guess we have to because we're limited on time. So
gonna do my hair later.
Cory laid the groundwork for me to get the confidence to come to LA. You know, it's like I never saved a dime. I spent all my money on toys and props and stuff. You know, as an adult, that's what I did. So when Cory went, I was like, well, you know what? I can be strong. I can go. And I started to learn more about my faults and my weaknesses. And I started listening to Tony Robbins' set of tapes.
Did you?
I did. And it really helped me to organize myself and get in line.
You know, I dated Tony Robbins.
And so I got everything in order. And I started to learn how to organize and to get rid of clutter and follow through with things. And it
Maybe
really
I
helped
should
me.
listen to Tony Robbins.
So it worked. And when I had an opportunity to come out here, I took it. It kind of was falling through as it was happening. But, you know, like I had a place to stay with some people. And then after I bought my ticket and paid for my car to be shipped here, it fell through.
You paid for your car to ship?
Yeah, and then it all fell through. It was falling through. Like they're like, oh, you can't live with us. And then my car needed a new transmission. And then I got
That's what LA does. That's what LA does. When you first move here,
no, it was before I got here.
Your car.
No, it was before I got here.
Oh, before.
And then I joined a pyramid scheme and I lost another $500 and then I got a $250 ticket. And somebody said, AJ, why don't you just wait? Why don't you just wait? Save a couple of $1,000s. And I'm like,
and then come to LA?
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? No, because that's the excuse I can always use. Something's always going to come up. I'm like, you know what? No, I have no place to go. And so then Catherine Bress made a call to a friend that lived in LA and got me a place to stay.
I know you were really upset that you didn't come stay with me.
I know you were struggling too. I thought I could stay with her, but I didn't press it. She was like, you know, I'm really struggling myself. I'm like, I wasn't going to tax myself.
No, but I was with Freddie then, right?
I think you were. She was just nursing her new relationship with Freddie. I'm like, I can't horn in on that. I was not even expecting.
Because I think we were living in the cottage above the Comedy Store, so it was like literally a one room. So there was like nowhere for you to be.
Yeah, I was not expecting it. I promise you, I was not expecting.
I know, but you know, I would like have helped you.
I know, but I mean, I knew at that time you couldn't, and I wasn't expecting it. So anyway, Catherine Bress made a call to Brett Ashy, who's from Louisiana, who worked for a graphics company.
Where are all these people? I don't know who these people
Brett moved back to Louisiana. He's in Baton Rouge now. So anyway, Brett had an apartment, and he said, you know, and I'm a big Star Trek fan, if you have not figured it out.
Oh my God!
And so he said, I have a room. You can stay here for a month and then figure it out. I was like, okay, thank you. So
wait, what part of town was that?
It was in Hollywood. So
where?
It was on Melrose and Gower. So here's the thing.
God,
so
that's
wait. So I get to his place. I catch a cab and I schlep my bags up his apartment steps and I get in the spare room that he has and I put everything down and I open the curtains and I see what's right directly across the street is Paramount Studios. Star Trek. That's where Star Trek is. I was like,
oh my God.
So
yes.
I still haven't. No, I did do a project with Star Trek on Star Trek Beyond. I actually designed Simon Pegg's oxygen mask for Scotty that was in the film, and you saw it in the first trailer. You saw it throughout the movie. Well, not throughout the movie. In the scene for a long time. I designed and built it, and they accepted it. That was it. I moved in 2000, and that's the year.
2000?
Yeah. So I mean, it took that many years. It actually took me 10 years to get into the entertainment industry doing special effects.
That's how long it takes.
My friend Bill has told me that there is a 10-year rule when you move to LA.
Definitely.
It's a 10-year rule to get to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And my first movie gig was actually on Tron Legacy. And
I remember
and it was
that.
9.5 years.
That.
And Bill was like, you see, there's the 10-year rule.
I remember that.
So ever since then, I was on the team at Ironhead Studio, which we did all of the helmets for the film Tron Legacy. And me and 4 other guys put all of the lights and all of the helmets.
Yeah, anything light up, AJ's amazing. Like you did the soul lights. You were the first person who actually put lights in shoes.
No. I was not. I was the first person to
the
adult shoes back in 2000.
Because remember, you came with me to Walden to the party, and you wore them, and we filmed it. Okay, so continue.
So anyway, Tron Legacy was my first major film gig, and then ever since then, without using any resume, everyone has used me at many different shops throughout the city just by word of mouth.
Like, what are all the shows that you've been on?
I did Pacific Rim, the first one. I did a lot of the superhero films, like in Captain America: Winter Soldier. I actually made the 3D model of his star, and that's what they used in the film. I did his star, I did his stripes here, and his flag. And it was the weirdest thing. I did this in 3D that fit his chest without a 3D model of his chest.
Dude, that's like impossible to make.
It was crazy. I did that. But mostly lighting, like in Pacific Rim, every suit on film.
Isn't that from Pacific Rim?
No, that's from Space 1999. This is from Space 1999, one of my other favorite films.
I mean, but you understand the shit works. Like, it's not like aesthetic and non-functional. Like, it actually, because like, didn't you say when you were growing up, you would just take shit apart, your mom would lose her mind, and he would take shit apart and go like, how does this work? And she'd be like, why aren't you playing football? And he's like, this is my destiny.
I started putting lights in
my destiny
lunch boxes, and my mom would beat my ass.
You had a handbag of mine you were going to put lights in.
No, it had lights in it, but I was supposed to figure out why it didn't work because it was not well made. So anyway, so I worked in all of these films, and I've designed a lot, and I also do a lot of, you see some of this artwork lighted. I've been doing lighted artwork before I even knew it was called artwork, thanks to my friend David Doherty, who was a graduate of art school, saw my work in '96. And he's like, oh, you do sculpture. I'm like, well, I thought that sculpture was clay or stone. He's like, no, sculpture is anything. And then I became acquainted with this famous artist, Paulette Whiteman in New Orleans. And she was an abstract artist. And she became my mentor. And she told me, she put me in the right direction. She told me, she's like, listen, this is what you have to do. You have to go to art openings. You have to talk to people. You have to be your own PR person.
That's good. That's good because a lot of people think like they wait to see.
Yeah.
You know, like who's going to help them?
One of my friends went with me to talk to her about this, and my friend said, can it just happen? Can I just be famous? Can I just be discovered? And Paulette's like, well, that may happen rarely, but really you have to get out and do your own work. And actually I've been accused.
You have to read The War of Art. You have to read that book.
And I've been accused of being like, oh, AJ is so pompous and he's so full of himself.
What?
And all he does is talk about himself.
What?
I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. Because that's what I was taught by my art mentor. She was like, you have to do this. You have to go out. You have to talk about yourself because nobody else is going to do that for you unless you hire someone to do it. And then how are you going to hire someone if you don't have money? You have to go out and do the work yourself, and speak to people and meet people and get them, because they're not just buying your artwork, they're buying you. Yeah. You know, you're selling you.
Yeah. And when you sell a piece of art, okay, like there's no other business in the world that says, hey, you know, could you maybe like do something on spec and then I'll think about if I want to purchase it? No, you are doing art because your heart has been broken, okay? And like all of everything that you went through, every Sisyphean hill that you had to climb up brings you to where you are. That's what they're paying for. Right. They're paying for that. Yes. They're not paying for like, here's my materials that I bought at fucking downtown. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
But I've learned and I've worked hard and listen, in my field doing electronics and lights for suits and props and design in films.
You did the Black Eyed Peas, remember, for the Grammys?
Oh yes. I actually worked with the Black Eyed Peas. We did a lot of their suits for their end tour.
And Shaquille O'Neal, right? Did you do
right. Well, let me talk about Black Eyed Peas because I'm very proud of that. So we did a lot of the lights for will.i.am's. He had this chrome robot suit that he had on tour. I had to bring it to him, and some items for the other guys in the group. And also when they were on the Super Bowl halftime show of 2011.
Oh my gosh, that's 2011?
We did, I think, if I have it right. And we did Will's.
Because Cruz and I were watching it. I remember.
And that was the most nerve-wracking thing ever because I designed and installed all the lights on Will's suit. And it was someone's birthday, and we went to it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Could we please just watch this show because this is my work, and I'm really worried that it's going to work and not break because it's live.
Oh my God,
and it's
live.
The Super Bowl. So everyone was quiet. It was a room full of 40-something people. And we watched, and I'm sitting in front scrutinizing everything, and everything on will.i.am's suit worked perfectly and looked great.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was over, I was like, whoa! And everyone just cheered me on because nothing failed. Everything worked. Everything looked wonderful, and I was so happy. And will.i.am actually approached me later for these lighted shoes that I did as he was in for us doing fittings at the shop that made his suits. I didn't make the suit. I did the lighting. He saw my lighted shoes and he was like, hey, can you put it on any shoes? I was like, yeah, almost. So I made a special pair of his for him, and he wore them on the American Music Awards. I forgot what year, and he performed with J-Lo and wore them. And then he wore them a week later on Jay Leno's show. So that was pretty nice. And I had that line out for a while, thank you. And I sold them to around the world, but we had to make them by hand. And I went on Shark Tank to try and get them mass produced. I didn't go on Shark Tank.
No, I remember when you applied. I remember that.
And it was like a 30-page booklet I had to fill out and a 5-minute video.
That.
Never heard a thing again. No. And strangely, 2
strangely
years later,
China,
you started seeing all of these little kiosks at Universal City Walk with the lighted shoes. It was like for $20 and $30. I was like, interesting. And then a friend of mine that goes to FITM, which is Fashion Institute of Design Merchandising, said, hey, AJ, you're in the big book. And he sent me a picture. There's a big Bible that they get, that all design schools get, and it forecasts trends coming for the next couple of years. And they showed a picture of lighted shoes, and they had my name underneath. He sent me a picture. I'm like,
oh my God,
wow,
that's fantastic!
Yeah, I thought
you are engraved in stone.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
That was awesome. And I said, man, that is so great. Those are not my shoes. Those were the knockoffs. But they had my name underneath, because if you were to, I know what happened. The editor was telling the assistants to put the book together, and they said, okay, find out the designer. I see all these lighted shoes around. So they looked it up, and if you Googled my name for designer of lighted shoes, is the only one that would come up. And I think it might still be. So anyway, there's no designer for those. It was just manufactured anyway. So, you know, it's fine. Who cares? And I never heard from Shark Tank. Who cares? I have other designs that are coming out and working on always. I'm always working on something. I always have artwork that's out. You know, I just had...
I know today you couldn't talk to me because you were sanding something.
Yes, I was building something else. My hands are always working. My sister said that my dad was always working on things. He was always had to be doing something. I was like, really? I didn't know my dad. But she said, yeah, you're like Daddy. You're always have to work on something. In fact, an ex of mine used to tell me, babe, you're like a lesbian. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, it's Saturday morning at 8 and you have power tools and you're building something. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's true. At the time, he was talking about my treehouse, which I built here.
Oh God, we have to do one from your treehouse.
Treehouse. Yeah, before it goes away. I have this fabulous treehouse.
Oh my God, the treehouse! You can literally like go in the treehouse.
Yeah,
you can literally do it.
It fits 13 people safely. It's over-engineered.
No, like
and it has,
over-engineered.
It has deck lighting, fans, and cable
television,
TV.
like
TV. Yeah, and so it was a great place to sit. If you go to my Facebook page and go to my pictures, if you're my friend, you can see there's a treehouse folder, and you can see all the pictures of it in its heyday. It's not going to last much longer because the tree is dying, and so it's going to have to be taken. So, hey, we only have about 40 seconds left to our show.
What? How did that happen?
Yeah.
I have so many more stories.
We're gonna
Good thing we're going to do it again.
Yes, we're going to have to do it again. So, anyway, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for the very first Cory and AJ show. It's been really fun. I hope you had a delicious cocktail. Thanks, guys. Yeah, like we did. We're gonna have another one after we close out. But so anyway, I hope you guys have a great Saturday night. Thank you, Cory, so much for being here.
Sugar, thank you. I love you so
I love
much.
you too.
I love you,
Yes,
Daddy
yes.
AJ.
We're gonna have a great time
Yay.
in days to come. So hope to see you very soon.
We're going to go to the Comedy Store tonight, right?
You are. Okay, bye.
Bye.
End. Okay, bye, guys. See you.